Weightlifting Wednesday, guys. One of my favorite days of the week because I love to weightlift. So today's workout, we're actually working from the rack. Typically we do a snatch or a clean or some variation of that. Today we're going to work on a front squat and a split jerk. So it's a little bit of a lower and an upper combined. So we're going to do that today working from the rack. You have no accessory today because your Metcon is pretty long. It's an AMRAP 20 with a lot of different movements. And then you do have a finisher today. Always have a finisher, and today's finisher is a core finisher, what we always do on Wednesdays, okay? So today, after your general warm-up, since you are squatting and overhead pressing, depending on where you feel tight, make sure we do some openers. You can do that one opener that we did yesterday. We can do some sissy squats, making sure we have our glutes engaged, something like that. If you have some questions or are struggling with your front rack position and that sort of thing, shoot me a text. Happy to help. Okay, 540-421-2758. So today, here's what we got. You are doing a front squat into a split jerk. You're going to work up to a heavy single today. So when we say heavy single, if you feel awesome and you feel like you got it, let's go for a new 1 rep max. But most of us, it's really not a perfect storm. So we're just going to work up to what feels heavy for the day. Every day does not need to be a PR day. When we go for a heavy single, that's not the intent all the time. You're just going to go for a heavy single today, making sure that it's technically sound. Don't add weight if the last set or the last rep was pretty crappy. Okay. So today, what you guys are going to do, like I said, you're going to work from the rack. And we actually do this kind of as a drill because when we are working on our clean and jerk, a lot of times people can power clean and they can jerk, but they can't squat clean it. And this is really going to help you develop the muscle endurance to be able to squat something heavy, squat clean something heavy, get underneath the barbell, and then to also jerk it rather than just to rely on your power clean because your power clean will stop after a while and you're going to have to get underneath the barbell, whether you want to or not. And you better believe I'm preaching to myself because my power clean is the exact same thing as my squat clean. So, okay, this is what we're doing, okay? Front rack position. We are going to get in a front squat. Reset, okay, into a split jerk. Boom, okay, and then re-rack it. You guys are working up to a heavy single for that. So after you do a couple repetitions with the empty barbell, just do one. There's no need, since we're going to a heavy single, there's no need to keep doing 2 or 3 sets. Just do one, add a little bit of weight, and take your time. Add some weight with that. So front squat into split jerk. Make sure when you split jerk, you are not just pressing and receiving it in a split. Make sure that you are getting underneath the barbell. Okay. That's the whole point of a split jerk. So like I said, today you have no accessory, but you do have an AMRAP 20. I don't know if you listened to my video on Saturday talking about never neglecting your AMRAP 20. So here's a fun AMRAP 20 for you guys. Depending on what equipment you have, you can always modify or change this up. Today we have 20 box jumps, 20 double unders. If you don't have dubs, you're going to do 2 to 1 singles. So that's 40. Okay. 20 alternating dumbbell snatches, 20 dubs, 20 single arm overhead walking lunges. I would do 10 on one side. Switch arms, 10 on the other, 20 dubs, and then 20 push-ups. Once you go through all of that, since it's an AMRAP, you're just going to keep going, okay? Knowing that there's a lot of repetitions in every single round, don't anticipate getting 5 or 6 rounds. We'll probably get 2 to 3 rounds on this, and that's a-okay. Your goal is to keep moving and to really minimize your rest times, okay? So 20 box jumps. If you guys don't have a box, you can do step-ups. If you have a chair that you can step up to, you can do step-ups. For me, I have outside that I could probably jump up to my patio. What I'm going to probably be doing is tuck jumps instead. That way I still get the springing motion and I bring my legs up. It's probably not going to take me as long as box jumps, but at least I get that jumping motion. So that's one option. Then 20 double unders. Make sure you choose a place where you can actually jump rope. 20 alternating dumbbell snatches. Okay. You guys are really familiar with these. We've done these before. Just as a reminder though, that when we do these, especially when we're tired, a lot of us tend to do this. Okay. Make sure we use our legs and get underneath of it, okay? A lot of us want to do some muscle snatches, and you're just putting more effort or work into a movement that we don't really need. I know. He's paying attention to me. So make sure you get underneath of it, okay? After you do these dumbbell snatches, the next movement that you have is double unders again. So between each movement, you have jump rope. After your double unders, you have single arm overhead walking lunges, okay? The important thing, if you're in an area where you can't walk, then you're just coming down and up, okay? The important thing with a single arm overhead walking lunge is to keep the arm really, really close to your ear, okay? I like to bring my hand out for balance, okay? Just so it, you know, balances me out. Do 10 on one side, 10 on the other. I guess you can do all 20 with a single arm if you want. I wouldn't recommend it. We want to be even, right? Okay. After that, you have double unders, and then you finish with push-ups. Okay. That is your AMRAP 20 for today. Once you are done that and you have recovered, you do have a finisher. Okay. It's kind of blocked out. Finisher, 3 rounds of 20 V-ups and a 30-second L-sit hold. Okay, a couple different options for our V-ups and our L-sit hold. So this is what I'm going to do. V-ups looks like this. Can you see me? Yes. Okay, here. If we cannot get in a V, and that's where our center position is, if we're constantly rocking back and forth, then I want you guys to do knee-ups, knees to your chest. Okay, if that's too much for you, head up in that half crunch. You're just extending your legs and back in, okay? 20 of those immediately into a 30-second L hang. Now, or an L sit. You have a couple different options for your L sit. For me, I don't have parallettes or anything like that, so what I'm gonna do is I'll hang from my bar, legs up in that L position. You get to a point where your feet or your legs are not above your hip. If you're down, way down here, I want you to bend your knees. Okay, that way your knees are above your hip crease, okay? If we're just hanging like this, we're not doing a whole lot for ourselves, or hanging like this. Bend those knees so we can bring those knees to our chest, okay? The other option, if you don't have a pull-up bar, is we can sit here, hands in front of our hip crease, and we can hold this position. So it's basically, we're holding the top of a seated leg lift, okay? You will feel that in your lower abs. You also will feel that in your hip flexors. Same thing as if you were doing an L-sit hold on parallettes or rings or on the bar, okay? That is your finisher for today. Don't neglect your finishers, guys. They're there for a reason. Have fun with them. If you have any questions of today's lifts, shoot me a text, 540-421-2758. Have a great Wednesday, guys.